Hey guys, welcome back to this client spotlight series on sacred feminine pleasure. And today I am joined by the lovely, the amazing Stephania. She was in the last round of sacred feminine pleasure, and I'm going to ask her some questions to see how her experience was like. So, Stephania, let's get straight into it. What made you join sacred feminine pleasure?
It was crazy because I didn't start following you on Instagram until like maybe a week or two until I decided to join. I was going through a really hard time and I was just like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm tired of my feelings having control over me. I realized how much everyone else's emotions would affect me. And I just realized, wow, like this is not me. This is not who I want to be. And then I came across your Instagram profile, and just everything that you were saying in there just really spoke to me. And then I messaged you asking you about the program. And then I was just like, you know what, I'm going to take the chance on myself because I don't feel like I've ever, even though like sometimes I'm like, I'm going to go buy myself something, or we're working a lot and whatever, but I never like invested in actually working on myself, a program to actually work on myself. I went to therapy a couple times and it helped a little bit, but I don't know, there was just something different about your program that like really intrigued me. And I was like, you know what, let me do it. I took the chance and I'm really glad that I did it.
Oh, girl, that is so amazing. And thank you so much, Stephania, for taking the chance on yourself. The last 8 weeks have been nothing short of delicious and gorgeous coaching you. Oh my gosh, the questions you asked, the way you showed up, like it's been such an honor to coach you in the last 8 weeks. So, what was abundance rewiring like? What was your experience going through that process?
It was very like what we did in the program, I did not expect it. I thought it was just gonna be you like kind of coaching us. But I liked the sessions that we had before the coaching, because even though there was times where I would fall asleep because during the hypnosis and stuff, but I realized that I still have a lot of work to do on myself, but I realized that I don't have this anxiety that I used to have. And I like the way that you have it styled with other women there and we can support each other. And it's crazy how much all of us relate to each other. Like we all relate to the little kid we have inside us and how that's affected us as grown-ups now. Like it was so amazing to see how literally everyone's issues, a lot of issues were just coming from your childhood. So that was really amazing for me.
Oh, that's a huge one. And I want to like ask, what was your experience like in the group? Because I know a lot of women, we have like a lot of shame around sharing our personal challenges, because obviously this is social media, we're online, so it can feel daunting. So what was your experience like being around other women, sharing your personal story? What was it like sharing that in a group setting?
At the beginning, I was scared that I would like get judged or that I couldn't be too open, but you made all of us feel really comfortable being open with each other. And you made a point to say that we're not being judged, that we're not being shamed, that we can be as open as we want to be around each other. And I feel like that made us open up to each other and support each other, and just noticing, as I said, the similarities that we had between all of us. I feel like that just brought us closer as a group.
Oh, that's a big one. Thank you so much for sharing that. So what was your specific breakthroughs? Feel free to share wherever you feel comfortable with. What was your specific breakthroughs in the program in the 8 weeks? What do you see changing about yourself?
I feel like I'm not like this angry person all the time anymore. Like I still get into my feelings sometimes, but I'm able to take myself out of it. Before I would just like go into this deep hole of feeling so I don't know if the right word is desperate, but I would just feel always crying and like no one cared, and just all these thoughts in my head all the time. And now like I'm able to like, even if I may see I'm like crying for like 10 minutes and these thoughts are going on in my head, I'm like, no, you just learn these things in your program. You can self-soothe yourself. follow, say the things that you told us to say to ourselves, keep practicing that. I feel like I'm not so anxious anymore. Like I still get worried, but I don't have like this sense of doom all the time around me. I feel more at peace with trusting Allah and His decree.
Oh my gosh, Stephania. Oh, girl, do you realize how priceless this feeling is? Like not feeling like there's a sense of doom. Do you know how many people like you were once like that? Like when you catastrophize your thoughts and your feelings, it creates your reality, right? So the fact that you have control over yourself, you're healed now. Stephanie, I want you to believe that you're healed. You've healed that version of yourself that catastrophizes, that goes into that bad negative state, and like everything around her falls apart. You're at peace. Oh my gosh. Do you know like people pay millions in therapy for years on medication trying to find peace? And alhamdulillah, you found it. I'm so happy for you. I'm really so proud of you for like taking the step to being open to being coached. Like this worked because you were open to being coached and you trusted the process. So thank you so much for sharing your testimonial. And one final question. What would you say to someone right now who's on the fence, because we're starting Sacred Feminine Pleasure very soon? What would you say to that woman who's seen my testimony, who's just come across my page, maybe like you? What would you say to her to invest in Sacred Feminine Pleasure?
I would say to just do it. I mean, I feel like there's just so many thoughts going on in your head. I'm like, oh, it's just too expensive. I might need the money for something else, or maybe I can do it later. Just you always putting it in the back of your head. And it's like, sometimes something has to give and you have to just say enough is enough and just do something for yourself. And I feel like if you're in that situation where you've been struggling a lot and you just don't know what to do anymore, and you just want some sense of tranquility or some sense of peace, I feel like this is definitely a program that will help you attain that.
Oh, girl, thank you. It's so true. If you want a different result, you have to make a different decision. That's the reason why, Stephania, you're at peace. You're not, catastrophizing your thoughts simply because you made a new decision. You told yourself, I'm going to invest and I'm going to heal. And I believe I've healed. I believe that I've changed. I'm doing the work. And that's all it is. So thank you so much, Stephania, for sharing your testimonial. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being open. Thank you so much for making it easy. And yeah, inshallah. Speak soon, girl. Take care.
Inshallah. I love you and thank you so much for everything.
I love you too. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.